To continue the digestive system histology of the large intestine and the anal, rectum and anal canal. The histology of the large intestine, now we all know that the large intestine is 1.5 meters long. It consists of the, starts from the ileocecal junction and ends at the anal canal. Consists of the cecum, ascending colon, transverse, and descending sigmoid colon. Then we have the rectum and the anal canal, which is 3 to 4 centimeters in length. So the whole large intestine, if we come histologically, it is similar to the same layers of the small intestine that was mentioned before in the previous lecture. يعني من نيجي ناخذ الlayers the same from internal to the external. Lining mucosa, lining epithelium is still simple columnar epithelium. The crypts of Labarchan, intestinal glands are the same. But I have absence of the Paneth cell. تذكرون من قلنا الintestinal gland cells consist of 5 type. هنا راح تقل، راح تصير 4 type of cells. يعني انت حتى ما ننساها، ترى الاستومك 6 وبعدين من تيجي على الانتستين يصير 5 types of cell. بعدين من تيجي على large intestine يصير 4 6 5 4. يعني هيك حافظة حتى ما تنسي. What are the cells which are present in the crypts of Labarchan in the large intestine؟ هي the same. عندنا نسميها surface absorptive cells تبقى, which is the predominant cell, histological cell present in this part of the digestive tract. Surface absorptive cell لأنه ترى still in the large intestine there is absorption of water يصير. And also we have the goblet cells. الgoblet cells اللي هي وضحناها تكون هيجي pale، هذه اللي تكون على شكل فراغات. هذه هي the goblet cell, unicellular cell responsible for secretion of mucin حتى to cover the material, food material present to form آخر شيء حتى يوصل formation of the stool formation. So whenever we go downward in the large intestine until reaching the rectum, there is increase in the number of goblet cells. فهذه number of goblet cells من تجي من ascending, descending, transverse. يعني من تمشي بالسرة راح تلقى the number of the goblet cells will increase. Cell number 3, which is present, is the regenerative cells. اللي also the large intestine as the small intestine will be regenerated every 5 to 7 days. 6 to 7 days همينا ما عندنا مشكلة. Then we have another type of cell which is the enteroendocrine cells اللي وضحناها تابعة لل APUD or DNES system cells. فتنشال البانث تعتبر characteristic feature of the intestinal glands, crypts of Labarchan of the small intestine. بالlarge intestine راح تنشال. Predominant cell أعيد أقول هي surface absorptive cells and the presence of goblet cells. The crypts of Labarchan in the large intestine will be more endowed, more موجودة. وطبعا in some regions it becomes deeper. يعني من نوصل إلى الركتم بعدين راح يصير deeper the crypts of Labarchan. أيضا نجي muscularis mucosa is inner circular, outer longitudinal. Submucosa the same, containing mesenteric plexus. بعدين عندنا muscularis externa of the large intestine has a characteristic feature in which the inner circular and outer longitudinal, the outer longitudinal will be arranged in ribbon-like structure. 3 ribbons. So these 3 ribbons will form haustration. يعني it's tonic. اللزمة مالتها التون مالتها مال هذه ribbon-like muscle will result to haustration of the large intestine. لذلك large intestine is puckered. It is puckered by the tone of this muscularis externa. It is called tinea coli. Tinea coli is the characteristic feature of the muscularis externa of the large intestine. In between the 2 layers also we will find the Auerbach plexus. The outermost layer is the serosa layer, covered completely by serosa. Okay, هذه بالنسبة إلى all the colon. يعني هاي شرحنا الكولون كله. من نيجي to the rectum. الركتم طبعا الركتم is above هنا راح يكون، This in front of you is the anal canal. Rectum, also when you come to it histologically, it has the same previous layers اللي قلناها، بس هنا ما نقول تينيا كولاي، نقول ماسكولاريس externa. وأيضاً الكريبتس of لابركان راح تكون fewer in number but deeper، تكون deeper. هاي بالنسبة إلى الركتم. Lining epithelium is simple columnar epithelium. At the lower rectum يعني من يوصل إلى منطقة اللقاء بالanal canal يبدي يصير low columnar ترى. فمن columnar من simple columnar يصير low columnar lining epithelium. The anal canal is the last region of the digestive tract, and we always stand on it because there is an important point to be should be understood regarding the anal canal. It is a 3 to 4 centimeter, but there is a line, this line in the anal canal, we call it the pectinate line. This pectinate line is the حد الفاصل, يعتبر discriminative line to the upper half and the lower half of the anal canal. راح يقسم الانال canal إلى جزئين، جزء علوي above نقول above the pectinate line، وجزء underlie it, we call it under the pectinate line. We stand on this point, and both anatomically and histologically, and the reason is due to embryological reason, development. لأنه above the pectinate line is from endoderm، وبينما below راح يكون from the ectoderm. فراح يصير عندنا two different embryological origins above the pectinate line and below the pectinate line. فلذلك حتى البلد سبلاي، حتى الليمفاتيك سبلاي، حتى النيرف سبلاي، حتى اللايننج epithelium, it will differ from above the pectinate line from the below pectinate line. Let's return now to describe what we can see. In the anal canal, you can find these longitudinal, هنا لازم تكون longitudinal furrows, we will call them the anal columns. هذه راح تسمى the anal columns. وهذه اللي يجي مقعرة يسموها anal sinuses. anal sinuses, okay? وهذا اللاين هو اللي راح يتسمى the pectinate line of the anal canal. If I come histologically to describe the lining epithelium, what is above the pectinate line, it will be simple cuboidal epithelium. يعني هو مو قلنا الركتم نهايته راح يكون low columnar، بعدين راح يصير عندنا simple cuboidal lining epithelium of the upper half of the anal canal, and below the pectinate line in the lower half of the anal canal there will be stratified squamous non-keratinized epithelium. But reaching towards the anal orifice, okay, طبعا هنا راح يصير عندي ترى another line راح نسميه white line Hilton line راح يسمى، فاللي هو towards the outward. المهم راح يصير stratified squamous non-keratinized epithelium, then towards the orifice راح يصير stratified squamous keratinized epithelium with hair follicles and sebaceous glands. يعني راح يصير عندنا skin، راح يصير skin surrounding the anal orifice and the region nearby. Okay, so this is the lining epithelium: simple cuboidal, stratified squamous non-keratinized, stratified squamous keratinized epithelium with hair follicles and sebaceous glands. هذا الوصف بالضبط يكون the lining epithelium of the anal canal. If we come underneath it, the lamina propria, there is a presence of numerous number of anal glands. اكو glands هنا وكلها mucus secreting in order to lubricate this region لأنه it's a small restricted region. A lot of friction will occur due to the stool formation and passage to the outside. فهذه بالlamina propria. If you come to the muscularis mucosa, inner circular and outer longitudinal, but till the pectinate line. يعني المسكولاريس mucosa لحد البكتينيت line, below the pectinate line يختفي، ما عندي muscularis mucosa. When you come to the submucosal region, the submucosal layer of the anal canal is characterized by presence of venous plexuses. فالvenous plexus above يعني above the pectinate line is called internal hemorrhoids. Okay, it's called the internal venous plexus اللي هي مسؤولة بعدين إذا صار بها pathological problem, it is responsible for hemorrhoids بمعنى البواسير اللي تكون يسموه internal hemorrhoids لأنه الريجن مالتها is above the pectinate line. ما دام قلت كلمة internal معناها أكو external ف you will find it below the pectinate line at the region of the submucosa يصير external venous plexus which is responsible for the pathological condition called the external hemorrhoids. يعني البواسير الموجودة could be either internal يا أما يكون الخلل هنا could descend bulging to the outward فيكون الأوريجين مالته internal hemorrhoid نسميه أو could lesion إذا صار هنا راح يسموه external hemorrhoid also could be bulging to the outside. This is the characteristic feature of the submucosal layer of the anal canal. If we come to the muscularis externa, it will consist above the pectinate line, we will have inner circular, outer longitudinal, and also in between them we have our pachyplexus. But the inner circular here, it will be characterized to be thickened to form the internal anal sphincter, which is involuntary لأنه smooth muscle, okay? مثل ما قلت internal anal sphincter, I have external anal sphincter اللي هو هاي العضلة مالته. We will find the external anal sphincter below the pectinate line وأصلاً we will find it near the orifice, near the region of the anal orifice, and it is skeletal and it is voluntary control. It is called the external anal sphincter. This is the characteristic feature of the muscularis externa of the anal canal. هنا outermost layer ما راح نقول كلمة سروزة لأن هو ما مغطى بريتونيوم هو within the tissue راح يكون ولا راح نجيب سيرة adventitia يعني هو دائما الآخر layer يقول يعني يوصل muscularis externa ويتوقف الكلام أغلبية الكتب ما يتطرق إلى the outermost layer. This was illustrating the histological layers of the anal canal. Study it well. It is important clinically for you يعني to understand what is going on at this region وalso بالanatomy راح يتوضح إن شاء الله أكثر الموضوع. This is what is regarding histologically. We finished the digestive tract histology. خلاص بالنسبة عندنا هذا الموضوع. إن شاء الله بالمحاضرات الجاية تجيكم مواضيع قادمة لهنا وإن شاء الله يخلص مادة الامتحان. شكرا جزيلا.